What's going on YouTube and cryptocurrency family? My name is Harry and I'm the Crypto Vet. Thank you for tuning back in. We had a little bit of a drop yesterday when it came to Bitcoin and some of the prices, but we seem to be bouncing back just a little bit right now. So we're going to look into the charts and see what's going on. We're going to take a quick look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP as always. I'm going to do a quick second on Dogecoin because, of course, Elon Musk tweeted about it again. And the question is, are we going to keep going higher and what's going to happen from here? So we're going to go over that. If you haven't already, please hit the like, hit the subscribe. Super close to 1,000 subs on YouTube as well as 1,000 on Twitter. So thank all of you guys for all of that. And also thank you to everybody who reached out to BitBoy Crypto. I will be going on his show this Thursday, so I definitely look forward to doing that. I'm not sure what we're talking about, but I'm sure we're going to be going over some of the top top topics going on in crypto. The show has been super interesting. If you haven't already, I will leave a link down below. It's called All Around the Blockchain. But again, Twitter, all the goodies down below in the description. But let's go ahead and get started. If we head over here to CoinMarketCap, we can see that overall we're at around 2.4 trillion. Bitcoin dominance still dropping. We have Bitcoin and Ethereum, a little bit of red here. But we do have a new addition to the top 10, and that is going to be Internet Computer. It actually was all the way above Dogecoin for a little bit early this morning, and then it kind of wore off. I'm doing a little more research on ICP to get a good idea of what it really is and all of that, but so far sounds promising. Just kind of crazy that I got listed on like 5 really big exchanges and didn't really hear about it. I started to find videos on it afterwards, and apparently a lot of people knew about it. I was not one of those individuals. But if we head over here to the 24-hour, we can see that year-end finance is starting to pick back up. It's actually worth more than Bitcoin at the moment, and we have ICP up here in the top 5. And of course, Shiba Inu, this coin, which I do have a little bit of it, but I was out most of my position weeks ago, which I would have held just like with Dogecoin and CumRocket, but it is what it is. I took my profits and I'm putting them into projects that I deem a lot safer, like XRP and things like that. But yeah, it's up to the number 18 spot right now, up 1,800%, being listed on super big exchanges, Binance included. So who knows where that thing could go. But you guys do know I'm not the biggest fan of these meme coins. I don't even talk about them in my YouTube videos much. I only talk about them in the Discord just so people can get in, ride the wave, and get the fuck out. But as far as the biggest losers, we have Bitcoin Diamond down 7%. But let's go ahead and jump into the Bitcoin dominance. Right now, we have Bitcoin dominance dropping down to even lower lows as we go. We've had our lowest point right around 43 and some change. We've been in this alt season, I think, now roughly around 40 or 50 days. I'm just calling it from the start of this drop. So we're about 50 days in, and we've already dropped 30% in Bitcoin dominance. And the question is how low will it go, and when should we start trying to focus on Bitcoin? Well, there's 2 different scenarios. There's one where we could bounce up now, and we have a little bit of Bitcoin dominance regained, and we have a small pump, right? Something like where we come up to maybe retest all-time high again, something along. So when it comes to Bitcoin dominance, I see kind of 2 scenarios where we could drop down, maybe bounce up, get back up to around close to the 50%, and this is where we'd have, like, say, a little bit of a relief rally for Bitcoin to regain its dominance, maybe go on for a bigger run, or just slowly trend upwards and go from there. So if this was to happen, we would be needing to potentially take some money out of our altcoins here over the next 3 to 4 weeks. Now, typically here we've gone down, had these little rallies up before continuing down. So I do think that this cycle we're actually going to see Bitcoin dominance drop lower than it has before, just because more interest, more money. And like I said, it does not mean that Bitcoin's price is going down. It just means that there's more money in the other cryptos as compared to Bitcoin. So I know what's it, Credible Crypto and like Credible Crypto definitely says that, if you're selling now, you're selling way too early. I definitely agree with him, but definitely keep your eyes out for good opportunities to make money, because not every altcoin pops at the same time. Once you've made crazy gains, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with taking half off the table, so that way you've locked in profits, initial investment, all gone, and now you're YOLO and the rest, right? And that's just my thoughts. I'm just a doctor/idiot. This is not financial advice. But Over here in the next couple of weeks, since this isn't going to be the same thing forever, I will be taking profits on stuff and letting the rest ride. And that's just my personal strategy. I like to have a little money in the bank. I've already rolled off a bunch of my Ethereum, even though I think it's going much, much higher. But I want to be able to invest in other projects and also get to do fun things in life at the same time. So keep an eye on that. We're waiting to see where this Bitcoin dominance actually goes. If we zoom into Bitcoin now, I just have us on the 4-hourly, and we were in this bearish wedge here initially. We dropped down below, and now we're forming another very, very easy to track pattern here. Now we came into this pattern from a downtrend. So as of right now, this could be a continuation bear flag, which would mean we drop lower here, right? A lot of people know that I have been very, very bullish if we could come down and touch this 20 weekly exponential moving average, only because in history we have always come down to this moving average before continuing a bull run. This could be completely different, and us hitting the 13, which is actually right in between here. If we hit this one instead, you can see where the 13 is. We bounced off of it just really nicely, and now we could be coming down again to test the 13 EMA. But in my opinion, I still think we need to touch the 20 down here to keep this bull run going. And if we were to just take a measured move of where we are now and we were to continue to the downside, we would be getting down to around the $45,000 range if the target was fully met, and we would finally be touching that 20 weekly. So until we get back above this, close a 4-hour above the 20 daily, and then maybe continue up, I'll be bullish again. But as of right now, we're potentially confirming a drop to the downside. As of here, it looks like we're getting back above it and that we rode this line pretty tight. But, you know, anything can happen. Those markets are very overheated at the moment, especially with all the meme coins. So anything is possible if we were to break to the upside. Just as much chance was that we could on this because we are in a bull market. I would say this is more likely to break to the downside because it's a continuation pattern. But we do have to remember we are above the 20 dailies. Potentially here if this closes. And I drew this box here just to show how much volume resistance we have here. There's a lot of traded volume in this area, so it's kind of anything goes when we're in this range. So, but like I said, if we did break to the upside, we could be seeing my price target of close to 70K, which would be a new all-time high. But with the way things are looking, I would say it's still more likely that we would come down here, but you know, only trade if we break above this line, then go up. We break below this line, you can maybe make some money on the way down, but I would more be looking in for just long orders in this area, and then potentially long orders if we get a new all-time high to at least extend to the next area. So that's what I'm looking at as far as Bitcoin. If we look at the total market cap overall, we could see here that we are potentially forming either a top where we're going to come back down, or we're just continuing in this parabolic uptrend here. And I still think this is very early in this bull market, so that this is actually just the beginning. And you know, we could easily see a $10 trillion market cap by the end of all of this. So this is just the beginning of where we could go. But it's always good to keep an eye to see where the money's at. And as of right now, the total market cap, money is still interested in crypto, and we have a lot of room to grow. All right, if we head over into Ethereum, we have Ethereum. I have this ascending channel that we've been in for the longest time. We rode the bottom here, and then just recently, a couple weeks ago, we started to move to the upside, and we actually broke out of this channel right where I thought we would have resistance. You know, we did have a little bit of playing around there for a couple days, and then we have now confirmed potentially the top, and we're going up to higher numbers. Now we hit both of my targets again, just like we did when we were down here, and I decided to sit out and sell some of my Ethereum. Well, until we get back above around 4,300 and confirm and hold, I probably won't get back into Ethereum because I do expect us to actually come back down and test this support. And we can see that here is if we had our little pattern, I was paying attention. I was like, hey, if we break above this, we could actually see a nice little move to the upside. Well, what do you know? It hit it exactly, continued up a little bit more to the next target, which was actually just a simple little ABC here. And we can see we haven't fully met this one, but this would actually bring us to our second target, right around $4,300. I just don't think we're quite ready yet. If we look at Ethereum here on the short term, we could be forming a little pattern here. Again, this is just the hourly, nothing to be, you know, taken to the soul here, because anything can still happen. But if we were to say continue to the downside, just quick little measured moves here, which I would expect to be more likely, we would be coming back down to around the 3,700. Now at this point we could be in a nice little symmetrical triangle and potentially keep going, but with a lot of interest moving to a lot of these little altcoins and stuff like that, I would say that we'd either just see a nice gradual move up for Ethereum, or we'll come back down here and we'll just keep trading sideways just like we did here, probably for another day or so at least, and then we'll either break a pattern at that point. So I'm very bullish on Ethereum in the long term. But right here in the short term, I'm definitely waiting just to see what happens. Looking at Bitcoin against Ethereum, and if we would move to, say, the weekly here, you guys know I've been showing this chart because the last time we broke above the 236, it was a straight shot to the 382, which we're almost there. And then for the next 3 or 4 weeks, we absolutely outperformed everything, especially against Bitcoin. So sitting back, waiting to see what happens here. But for long term, I'm accumulating ETH. In the short term, I'm trading it back and forth between some alts and Ethereum, and I'm just riding the waves all the way up. So, all right, if we look at XRP here, we can see that XRP has a nice little symmetrical triangle that it's forming. If you saw some of my tweets, I said that this right here could either be a possible breakout with a confirmation because we came down and touched it, or it was possibly a bull trap. And unfortunately, it turned out to be a bull trap. We did break to the downside after 4 days of fighting this resistance right here, which is not uncommon for XRP. XRP likes to take its sweet time, get everybody pissed off and aggravated before it decides to move. That way everybody can be happy for at least 10 minutes, right? So right here we have a couple options. We can potentially ride this here sideways for the next couple of days, get above resistance, stay above the moving average, then we can move to the upside. But right now we're still waiting on Bitcoin. We're still following Bitcoin, deciding which way to go. So Bitcoin does, in my opinion, look like it's more likely to go down. So we could see some prices all the way down to around $1.20, 116 at the low, which is the 236 fib line here. And we could ride this up. Honestly, with the way XRP goes, we'll probably drop below this resistance here, and everybody's going to think that XRP is going to 76 cents. They'll start shorting the shit out of it, and then it'll actually start its run then. So I'm still looking for some buy-ins down here, but for the most part, just like the rest of the market, I'm just waiting for them to show their cards, show me what's going to happen, and then I'll trade accordingly. You know, we do have some decreasing in volume here. We are staying pretty good above volume supports. So it's looking very, very bullish. It's just we got to wait for the timing to be set up. We could have news on in 2 days for the SEC. Who knows? We could be relisted. So there's so many different factors that could go in. So my strategy is to just buy some, sit back and hold. When we show breakouts, I'll do some breakout trades then. But for now, that's the usual. We're sitting here back waiting to see what happens. And then last, let's just go over Doge real fast. I tweeted this out a lot because right before Saturday Night Live, because every time I see news and things like this, it's usually buy the rumor, sell the news. So I posted this showing that we did something very similar before, where we had a top and then we got really close again. So here we did the same thing, just this time we actually went a little bit higher in price. So I was actually considering maybe this would be a time when Doge actually pumps, but unfortunately it didn't. We dropped to the downside, and now it looks like we're extending this part 2 of this image I had here, where we'll most likely consolidate sideways for a little bit. We'll ride out this 20 daily exponential moving average, and we will slowly bring our weekly average up here as we trade sideways. Now, with information like Doge or Tesla is thinking about accepting Doge for their cars, I believe. You know, all of this stuff just fuels a fire and a movement within people that they can be a part of something by owning Doge. So I do think that Doge has potential to go higher, but just like everything else in crypto, I don't think that this project is going to be able to sustain these high prices. But yeah, we're very likely that we could go sideways and keep going. This is still the beginning of a bull market, but for now, I would be waiting for a breakout of a symmetrical triangle just like this, and it most likely won't happen until the middle to end of May. But keeping an eye on Doge, to me, it's absolutely crazy to be paying 50 cents per Doge when you could, you know, that's a third of an XRP right now. Like, which one has more use case? right? Doge, XRP. Now, there's a lot of arguments that Doge can be used for lots of other things with development and stuff, but where's the development team? Where's the people doing all this shit, right? So, just my 2 cents on that. I don't think there was much other stuff going on that was very noteworthy today, but if so, I'll be going over them when I stream right after this. I know, sorry I've been lagging on the Twitch streams. Just been trying to keep everything together, so I will catch you guys here soon.